how many clutches by just proning and nobody noticing you from that standpoint.
Well, I guess it really depends on the sort of terrain, because that sort of terrain is a little bit tricky. And you can still hide by the grass, and if you do have the gillis, it will give you a little bit of... Well, 74 points, sitting at #1 spot.
And look at number 2, Nikitanga, even though they are not getting as much kills as the other team, but that placement point really plays a big role for them, as 71 points at the second place. Dida, oh boy, I like how the Romeo and Juliet plays their role just now, managed to secure themselves a couple of wide of the whole squad. If I'm not mistaken, it was Arceus team, and it will secure them with 20 kills. There are 70 points in total, while Cambu got themselves a lot of kills with follow-up Kron's team here. 22 and 21, almost the same kills as the #1 Bullshot. Okay, but got themselves tied at 4th and 5th place with 61 points.
Yep, and followed by that, we have Mitchell sitting at 6th spot. Followed by Dynamo Gaming coming in the 7th place with a total of 38 points. Kaichi is just 1 point short, although they did manage to secure a lot more kills. They are lacking in terms of ranking positions. Looking towards the 9th position, we have Kissel being taken out pretty early into the game, followed by Alice coming with a total of 7 kills. We'll share the same kills alongside with Team Rolex, and that's just 1 point of difference between the two of them, while Kissel will share it with Alice coming in for the 9th as well as 10th place. 12th place we'll have Artsy, followed by Sinchuan, Garibu, Sulin, and last but not least, we have our dear friend Ronnie.
I still love Ronnie. I love Ronnie the most, don't get me wrong. But look at the kill leaderboard right now. Bullshot just chopping everybody else whenever they come in his way, while got himself at first place with the most kill, 8 points there in total. But looking at Kron, who is just going up the stairs now, and with 5 points, tied with Cambu, who at 3rd place, while Dina fallen off the chart at the 4th placement, 3 points, tied with Kissel 99 at 5th placement.
Well, I gotta say that we see all of them still fighting to be the best out there, and that was just an amazing performance from everyone. And of course, Kenbu out of nowhere suddenly getting that rage into his arms. He's just spraying everyone as he goes.
It's like he switched on Super Saiyan mode. Oh, yeah. And he's like, I'm just gonna go and kill everybody in 1 versus 4. Who cares? I'm gonna kill everybody right in front of me. I'm like, I'm surprised. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. They turned into one of like Godzilla and started to stomp every team that he faces right in front of them. But in that final moment, it is of course the chicken dinner slipping off of his hands as Nikki Tanga managed to secure that one for match number 3. So match number 4 is coming in our way pretty shortly. So I believe that we're getting ready for our last match for day number 1.
And before that, we have to take a little bit of a break and make sure you guys are not going anywhere. Stay focused with us. We still have one more game to go for day 1, and just don't budge. Wait for it. There are small clutches and plays to go. We'll see you right back after this.
That's right.
Introducing the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019, presented by Google Play. 16 top gaming creators team up with the world's top pro players. Catch all action and drama exclusively on YouTube. With millions of PUBG Mobile fans across the world, a new generation of stars competes for fame, glory, and $250,000 in total prizes. The road to stardom opens on July 1st. Join us and vote for your favorite star.
And welcome back, everybody, to the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 online ranking session. My name is Contra. Here alongside with me is Chuchu, bringing you the final match of day number 1, match number 4 inside of Erangel TPP.
That was a flawless play by most of this team, but before that, we have to thank our host, which is VSPN and authorized by Tencent Games as well as PUBG Corporation and presented by Google Play, and this event is only broadcasted exclusively on YouTube.
That is right, and of course, when you guys are watching it through YouTube, I'd like you guys to link your accounts to your PUBG Mobile account, that you guys can walk away with a couple of free gifts up for grabs. All you have to do is click on the settings and you will be able to connect your PUBG Mobile account, and you can look for your favorite region of play, and once you've done so, that is all you have to do, and you gotta sit back, relax, as the items will be credited by the end of the show or so be patient about it, and tomorrow we'll have more games coming up on our way as well.
Yeah, it will be the same as scheduled as today, so be sure you guys stay within these 2 days. But even so, keep your eyes open to click the box for rewards claiming in case you guys missed it. It will only be up there for a couple of seconds. But talking about the game just now, wow.
Well, I gotta say that was yet another close call coming in between both Kanbu as well as Nikki Tanga, as Nikki Tanga managed to actually clinch that third match victory. Now, we're gonna go into Erangel TPP once more for match number 4 coming our way shortly.
Oh, here we go in the final match for day 1, match number 4 in here, PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 online ranking session. And I am Chu speaking and sharing the table with the awesome Contra. We're looking at the final game of the day. Everybody just want to get everything out in the open, just giving whatever they can offer.
Exactly, and looking into it, just like it's going to be something that we are familiar with. Starting off from 70 into the Sinoskam base once more. Gary will be the first one to hop off the plane, followed by Blue Shark as well. Kanbu is not too far behind. Wait, that's not Kanbu. That's, I believe, it's the Content's team. And some of them have already secured the chicken dinners. And remember, these gaming creators are out there trying to book their slot in towards the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 global rounds. And the ones with the highest amount of points will be able to secure their favorite teams, and it depends on their position. So if you are sitting at 16th place like Mr. Ronnie right now, maybe he might not have a choice.
Oh, I would love with any team that I got paired up to, but that's a very big advantage if you get to choose which team the professional ones we're talking about to sided with you. Well, looking at this, I do see that Garbo is the first one dropped into the map. Very fast drop. Well, looking at Ruthless, actually trying to go for Alice's team. Got caught red-handed there. They are taken up by surprise. Natash straight away go into retreat as we speak.
Natash just trying to little coverage ground, having a little bit lower mass to heal up twin bullets on that VSS. Having that extended mag definitely helps her out for a little bit more. And I do love all these
Oh,
skins that they
no.
have. Speaking of skins, of course, there's the new Royal Pass. If you guys haven't purchased it, you go ahead and do so because it's going to be a long season. And looking at this circle, we are having it covering the whole islands of Sanaska military base and some parts of the mainland as well.
Okay, I love lot actually, but I do feel sorry for the players because it's a very punishing circle for most of the team, especially those who are up in the north. And 50%, I say, is covering the water.
Oh yeah, it's just a little bit tough for if that's 50%, but
I
that
think
was
it's
fair
around,
enough.
yeah,
And some
it's
of these
around
teams,
40 to 50% of water.
yeah,
You
some
can
of these
see
teams could possibly opt to pick some boats up if
Yep.
it does end up inside of the island. While inside of the school compound, we see Kenbu all by himself alongside with Bong, both having a fair share amount of loot for all being covered up, while we see Ronnie will be in the corners of the farmhouses right there. So Ronnie himself struggling to actually find any sort of mats for himself, as he still has no helmet, no vest as well.
Oh, I think he's doing okay as long as he keep on moving and keep that stock up for himself in terms of loot. But they don't have to budge for now for those. There are 3 teams currently in the southern side of the map in the very small island of Miller Base. We have Michelle's teams, have Nikki Tanga, who played so well last time. And we have no clue who will take up the last chicken of the day for our day 1 PUBG Mobile Star Challenge.
Well, looking at this, I think that Ronnie, at least they are dropping inside the south side of the. So maybe this is going to be a good news.
Is a very safe team when it comes to not ambushing people.
Well, I gotta say that they are playing smartly in the sense that they're
Mhm.
not overly passive. They need to take up fights when they should. So I believe that they make the right calls. And inside of the water town is going to be K7 Kaichi's side, just trying to cut themselves in towards the next zone, which will be the closest one. The closest city for them will be Pachinki, but that is just a little bit of a risk for them to take. But may just reward them as well, as Angry goes in for the headshot.
Well, I'll take back my words. They are actually doing very aggressive shots in the early out of the game against Zulu team, who is kind of struggling to get a better position to cover themselves out. But the less of Kyra or Alice's team will take the advantage if they want to.
You can see Natasha not having enough meds to actually heal to 100%. Also, should have no problem getting that revival in the way. Relics trying to go in for a couple of peeks off the windows. They already know the positioning of the side of Solin side. While Otu Hoye is just getting himself in towards the same compounds once more, trying to actually spot out where the shots at. Come from.
Well, Sulin's kind of out in the open. We're looking at Alice might build this and evacuate to another compound instead. They don't want to take up the fights too early head on because nobody wants to be the first one out of the game. You still have 64 people left. Everybody is in. Nobody is out yet. Nobody is doing too soon. 16 teams still alive, still phase 1 of the game. Straight
shots?
away! Quick
Oh.
shots! That's really quick and a lot of that.
Angry, just trying to get that one shot, one kill potential, as Juicy will be able to take down O2 Min. O2 9, just like that. Well, I gotta say 9 is definitely gonna have to struggle for a bit as Hoy tries to go in for a little push. Angry's just gonna rotate towards the back, and he does have the micro Uzi equipped with that K9 as well.
Oh, Hui. Just gonna hop into the UAZ with the rest of the team. Just gonna exit out and move to another place. What just happened? Juicy managed to kill one Sulin just now. Well, there you go, securing the kill. has to obey. The damage has been done, and there's nothing more the rest of the team can do. While Ronnie is being ambushed by Stark across the map here.
He's trying to go in for the tap, trying to find Tuck, just line those shots up. As he needs to ditch that buggy right there.
Yeah.
I think that the tires definitely popped across. While we see Sulino too, the captain of the squad, just dropping out of the vehicle, and that spray down coming from Angry will be able to member from the side of Sulino as well as they try to rotate out of Yasnaya Pollyanna.
Well, we're looking at Kissel's team, which will securing or barricading this bridge. I really love when this happens. Look at that. They are so sneaky with that and flashy suit on Bear. He's really being a bear.
I guess like other than the bear, we still have Tuck here who managed to actually survive with a little bit of help coming from Ash. Giving a little bit of support coming from the side of the UAZ, while Rolex will be facing off with Sulin for the second time. You see getting some sprays over his side, but managed to dodge it all out. Vaulting his way, Spin goes in for a reload, still trying to find Juicy. Juicy's just by the corner wall. He knows that he's peeking, and he's just trying to charge up the nade. This is going to be a little bit smart move, but Angry will be able to find. So lobbing the nade, and he needs to go in for the run as Juicy will take it down to 40%.
That was so close. Juicy just managed to dodge it at the very last minute. We're looking at Angry. He's being very angry. Look at that.
Oh, he's going for the chase. He's going for the chase. He's just going to bring in that micro Uzi, and he hops out towards the second wall, spins, just spinning around, just going in for a little bit of a rotation as he goes back in towards the wall, and he got no place to hide as Angry has to pick up this fight. There we go.
Micro Uzi adds his bat straight off. The best rate join in and get the loot all together and sharing them among themselves. We're looking at Nikki just managed to park themselves up here, while we have Michelle's team already up in their arms, ready for any damage being taken up by the rest of Stark. Just keep on giving pressures for a lot of team.
Yeah, you can see Mitchell having a little bit of dilemma right here, although they do have a couple of compounds to work with. This is Naupon going on that Scar L with the 4 times, trying to land those shots straight towards the side of Nikitanga. Nikitanga already winning from the previous match. They're looking to actually keep that sort of momentum going as they are just playing by the shorelines over on towards the northern section of the island, while we see Haksoi finally taking off Milk just with that couple of taps.
That's why you cannot be too comfortable, and just a little bit pick will get yourself a big headshot there. While Nikki just kind of trying to get himself a little bit covered in the ditch here.
I guess like it's a really good
yep, it's a very good place. Yeah,
they've already lined up all these Lucias.
But then that's the thing, you don't want to be too occupied with those that actually in front of you, because anybody can charge you up from behind. You're taken up by surprise. That will be very, very such a sticky spot to walk out of.
Yeah, and also on the corners of the bridge, we also have Dita joining in the party, not too much on the other side of the eastern bridge, while we see K7 having a little bit of a time of their lives.
This is I'm really happy for Kaichi's team, because for the first time ever they are not bumping into any other team early out in the game, because they have been bumping into Elsa's team quite some time now.
While we're looking at the side of Kron, well, I would say that at least they're playing it a little bit safer, not meeting up way too early, while Kron is tanking the blue, just rotating across the corners of Jordan. I believe that they need a lot of fuel to actually get in towards the island, while Bullshark will possibly do the same as well. They're going to reach the south side of Sinaska Island, while we're going back in towards Nikki's little bit of a tussle here, a little bit of sniping fiesta for both Mitchell as well as Nikki at this section. While
will they take up the fight or just bail it and move across into the southern side of the map?
Arxie is playing it a little bit safer this time around, and the match just spot out a couple of visitors coming from inside of Xinchuan, and he's trying to drop that bike inside of the grass while they're still inside of the next phase. It's a little bit of a safe play coming from the guys of Arxie, while Zhang's a little bit late to the fray while Sans goes in for a couple of taps there.
Oh,
And out Rollins members inside the water. Lucky enough, Angry did not manage to get knocked out. And that's the moment I speak of it. Sans brings him down.
Well, Angry will not be staying angry because he will be out of the game. He was crazy just now. I was scared because he's a scary opponent. But looking at the high rolls being pressured so bad by Rahmat, but being punished back with counterattacks by Rollins' team. Juicy is struggling to make sure he got himself covered here.
And you can see Dita just going in with a lot of snipes. Rahma is just on a great form. Has the Car 98 just zooming in towards the members of Rolex. Rolex trying to go in for the safe. And they know that somebody's out there. This is going to be a little tough for Rolex to actually get out of the home. But here comes Rahma going in for the push already.
Oh, this is a big move coming up for the Fragger of Dita's team. But will they manage to cover him on time?
They're coming in.
Oh, there you go. Oh, this is a bold move. Sun's just gonna go and ambush again.
Upwards. Rollins is
very
getting
risky
himself
move.
ready. He's going in for the spray down there, and he will be down on the knees. And Dita Sans will secure that kill, taking off the leader of Rolex.
And he's the only person around there. For the rest of the team is not budging to give him an extra hand. Rolex really in an icky spot. There's no way for him to actually run.
As you can see, Sixless trying to avenge their fallen allies as he has that AK at the ready. Juicy's gonna bandage up, losing way too many utilities, and there's nothing much that they could possibly do about it. But what they really need is a couple of kills to get themselves a little bit of a hit start in towards the early phase of the game. We see 2 minutes before the next blue zone takes in, while K7 might just actually get themselves into a little bit of trouble here as they cut across this bridge.
Oh, they just bomb into Kisi right into the spot where they're having just camping going on here. And we're looking at Kisi just getting more kills and damage being done. K7 just gonna build this one out. It's just too much for them to handle by themselves.
We see Kissel finally getting a couple of pickoffs right there. And we see over the top side of the hill, it's just going to be another team trying to actually get themselves into position to pick people off as Ben falls downwards and slowly bleeds out. And that'll be Kissel trying to actually secure that sort of kill as Miffy gets sprayed there from the back of the Ken Boost squad, and he needs to actually regroup with the rest of Kissel 99.
Well, looking at Ronnie, who is actually playing a lot of parking at the side of the mountain here, but I do see Ken Boost team just charge right into the bridge camping area again. But looking at that, it might be a predicament for the team that's bridge camping there too long, because they might run down of utilities.
Well, they still could possibly get as much as they can in that sense. Well, we see a little bit of a scuffle as Miffy will finally finish off K7 Ben. He slowly bleeds out. So K7 having Jingwei just watching it out from the other side of the Miller base. This is the Ronnie just being on top of the hill as Kissel. All of them are still inside of this garbage truck while Bunk pulls out that Mini 14, has 90 bullets going for the reload, bringing back up to the extended 30 clips that he has. So he's just trying to actually clip some of the hits if it ever pops.
Well, that's a hard place for them to be for Kissel's team. Cannot even stand up, but that's a lot of damage taken out for both of the team. Bonk is being straight on headshot. They're almost clipping all the way down. Well, looking at 6. Trying to just secure himself one kill. There you go. Kyra is a free kill for Six's easy kill. No need to contest or whatsoever.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy indeed. And Kira had no choice but to fall. I would say that the drive was pretty a little bit too much of a damage. And if they were to cross this bridge, we know Kenbu members are just waiting by the corners right there. Drone just going in for a little bit of peek on that 6 times. Well, Tuck has that 3 times. M16 going in for a drone. Oh my. I guess it's a valiant attempt whatsoever.
Yeah, that's a very long shot for Tuck. Well, he's living a Tug life like his name is. But looking at Jong, who's actually aiming for those in the sea. I don't know what is he aiming for right now. Maybe just trying to keep off the pressure of the shores here. Or
Well,
they trying
perhaps
to...
so. Maybe.
Oh, that's actually
yeah.
Dita's team here.
We can see Rama just trying to swim his way across, while Beside is just over above side, finds Kessel 99, and Beside just having to lose out their leader right there. Drone's gonna go in with the nade, trying to charge this one up. Will it be a Kobe? Oh, I think he actually lobbed it towards the side. I don't think it's gonna land anyways, but the rest of Kambu having Warung driving towards the side. He's gonna get a little bit more backup, and Beside will be clipped off away by Warung. The moment I speak about it, they managed to clutch this one off.
This is hard play for Beside. He's being ambushed by multiple angles while Bear is trying to give the covers on top. Kambu is just trying to get the covers on him with a little
Fire
stone.
the hole!
Will it hit the Kobe here? We have to wait. The judgment goes. Whoa! Beam away! Kambu straight on his knees. Well, the rest of Kambu's team trying to help him, but they just can't get the vision right.
And there's the second nade falls over the side of Kambu once again. There's a couple of taps over on the side of Bear, as Kissy will have to play it out really safe, as Ronnie is also locking their eyes to trap themselves into this fight, as Tad gives himself that headshot, taking down Bear.
Oh, this is a bad position for those actually on the bridge. They really need to budge. It's a bummer for them and don't want to stay too long. We've got themselves all two teams being killed here by Ronnie, who's actually taking the advantage at this situation.
They're hiding behind the lower side of the bridge while the circle is gonna towards the side of the bow. While they are fighting right below this bridge as well as above, they really need to move because they don't really have too much of a time, while Sixless is still across the bridge while we're having Lalis still second guessing whether or not should they cross the bridge or not. Goriba will be making... They might have to deal with Nikki Tanga as Bullshark is in the horseshoe of the military base.
They really need to cross that bridge. There's no time to think. Any of Kron is actually decided to swim over. We're looking at K7 Kaichi's team. It will actually take this to their hands. They will be playing the fishing game. This will be a big fish for them to take on for Chin 9. Will he spot them out? I think they do.
Oh,
This
going
is
for
a
little bit
bad
of a tap
pass.
there. It's
Yep.
an iron sight AK. Burns down. Burns right there, dropping him to 10%, but not being able to finish him off as of yet. He's trying to actually get himself towards at least the corner wall so that he can mat himself up. Spots out content as well.
Oh, he doesn't have any scope. With only iron sight, Chin 9 is kind of hesitating. He actually can get all the 3 kills. But we're looking at Michelle and Oxy. They're trying to go in and ambushing. We're looking at this. Will it be a torture for Michelle's team? Looking at Tortem just charged right in. Torty. And this might be a double kill. There we go. Whole team being wiped out by Oxy. Being a very bold team charged right in. Very aggressive play.
That was a perfect spray down coming from side of Torty. And speaking of spray down, here we see Miffy unrolling the whole clip straight over the side of the enemies while he's still hiding inside of this dumpster, while we see Kanbu slowly marching upwards. They find themselves a little bit of a fish to fry, trying to drop a nade, going for the revival, but they don't really have much places to run. He's keeping his eyes locked towards the side of Warung as they were dropping a couple nades.
Drone just nade himself, if I'm not mistaken. That was a big unfortunate. While Drone tried to get the other way around, they might just get this whole team wiped by
There we go.
They punish for barricading the bridge way too long.
They've been hiding for such a long time, and there's just nowhere for them to hide any longer. But speaking of hiding here, we finally see Content OP docking by the shorelines there, trying to heal themselves up, while Chin 9 still going for the hunt. Not really sure where exactly did they stop at, but they know that they can't really go way too far off. They've already secured 1 kill in that sense, and K7 only have 2 members, so it might just be a 2v2, but Jingwei says, no, I don't want to join in towards this shore. I'm just gonna stay here, and if you get knocked down, maybe I'll just come by to save you.
Yeah, probably. But looking at Kron's team, I like how very inventive they are, staying at the shoreline and at the same time just hiding beneath that stones there. Nobody can actually get the angle right to see them, so they might want to play the healing at the last circle here.
Yep, and speaking of that, we are going back towards the side of Kronten as Mazik will find his way upwards. This is just a really good aim, as he might be able to take down Ash, but he's not really pulling off the trigger. He's waiting to see whether or not there's some other members lurking
The
nearby.
the other members for Chrome's team actually just playing the safe game. I don't think he wants to open fire way too soon. That might expose himself way too much. Well, looking at the Dynamo's team, they are very comfortable at where they are. While Dita Sans is more than happy. That is a big airdrop.
Yep, that's gonna be a Groza giving himself that sort of advantage, and on top of the radio tower is a pretty good spot to be at because that's pretty much center for the side of Dynamo Gaming. Well, towards the lower side, we still see Content struggling to find themselves in towards the land, and he needs to actually take a swim, but you know that Chin 9 is not going to give them that much of a room to breathe. And speaking of Chin 9, he's just by the corner of the next phase, so this is going to be good news for them.